All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Just Be Simple podcast. Y'all, ain't I looking blackety blacker than black? Ain't I looking like the time of the night when people make bad decisions? I absolutely love it. Just came back from the beach last night. Okay. I'm blackety black. My melanin code has been upgraded times 1,000. Go. We are elevated to the max. But your host with the most, JB. Make sure you subscribe if you are not subscribed to the podcast already. Make sure you share this podcast and do all the intangible things that are needed. This is going to be a great episode. This episode is going to be titled Protect the Stream of Consciousness. But before we get into that, make sure you follow us on Instagram. Just Be Simple Lifestyle. New merch coming soon for the winner. For all the winners. Okay? Merch coming soon. We are revamping the whole entire site. Okay? If you go on the site right now, link in the description, you will only see the Just Be Simple Mindset Guide. So make sure you get that as well. Okay? Make sure you get that as well. The Just Be Simple Mindset Guide you can do blindly today. A step-by-step guide you can do blindly today. All right? Instagram. Boom. Hit me up on Instagram. The real Jaden Banks. Okay? I'm feeling great. I hope y'all are protecting y'all's energy, protecting your mind, protecting your vessel. All right? Because if I know myself like I know you, and if I know you like I know myself, then I understand that you are fighting battles spiritually by the minute. You are fighting spiritual battles by the day. So let me give you that affirmation, like I always do, to remind you to protect your energy. Protect it. I'm not saying it just to say it, just to sound like I'm holier than thou. I am more righteous than thou. No, like real life, protect your energy, man. Okay? Sis, protect your energy. Now, let's get into this episode. I have a stream of videos that I would like to, or excuse me, not videos. I have a stream of topics that I would like to go over, okay, on this episode, like we did the last episode. Y'all like that one, right? Y'all like that one. We talked about racism. We talked about the bad bitch epidemic. Yeah, I know y'all like that. Y'all like that. So we're gonna bring that back, okay? The first topic I would like to talk about is the so we are now living in a time where people are having a better time talking to AI rather than people. Let's dissect that. So people are talking to Chat, Gabriella Patrice Terrence, Gemini, and all the other AIs that are forming out there more than people. They're confiding in AI more than people. So my homeboy, my brothers, I'm a homeboy, my brothers, Yamins, they're not Yaminin no more. But he told me a story that I never told you. I never told anybody. I said I would, but right? Today's the day. He told me in times of despair, and my brother doesn't really do this. He doesn't do this, but he had to with her in this moment of despair. He went through her phone. And when he went through her phone, of course, you know, a regular person who goes through they spouse phone, they would go through messages, pictures, recently deleted, maybe, you know, an app that they use, Facebook, something, right? To check and see who they're connecting with behind their back. He does that. but not very long. Then he tells me he goes to Chat GPT. What world are we living in? He tells me he goes to Chat GPT and finds out who she's talking about and what have they already done, and questions that she has pertaining to not the relationship she's with my brother, but a relationship she's forming with somebody else. She's asking Chat GPT for words of wisdom and how to navigate this new experience dealing with this type of nigga. Oh my damn. That's what it's came to? That's what it's coming to, y'all? We are going to AI bots over self or other people. Now, I know the old saying is, why would you go to your friend for advice and they are in the same boat as you? Sure. That has some truth to it. But in this day and age, I would much rather go to my brother, go to somebody who's in the same boat as me with a different mind than go to a fucking chat bot, a AI bot. Asking the AI for words of encouragement, words of wisdom. And it baffles me because the things that he told me he's seen from her prompts, she's really doing it right now. She's doing it. She's doing it. And if you know anybody that is going to AI chatbots to converse, to have full-on conversation with, to change the voice, to make it sound more appealing, to make it sound better. If y'all know anybody that does this, tell them they need help yesterday. Because it is not, that shit is not normal. But we're not in a normal society anymore. So, but it's not humane. Okay? It's not at all. It is scary. It is spooky. I went to the beach, right? Alabama, Gulf Shores. My family and I, we went to Rouse's to pick up some things for the crib, right? Pick up some things for food, right? For the beach and stuff. While we're leaving, an older white man, his eyes bloodshot red. Maybe it's from the beach pool, high, I don't know. White man, we're walking out, he's walking in. And I have my navy blue 2030 shirt on, 2030 mindset that I made. And he stops me and he goes, "Oh, 2030? What year does that mean? What does that signify?" And I look at him and I say, "That's the year. That's the year where it ends and begins." He was like, "Oh, wow, okay. Thank you. All right. Have a great night." Yep. And he's not the first person that asked me, like, what does this year signify? What does this mean? And I say that because people are watching at a grand scale now. But what did he do? He asked me. We had a human to human interaction. Sure, I didn't give a long explanation on what it really means in the middle of a Rouse's with my family. Sure. But the human interactions is what people are needing and yearning for, yet are straying away from. They're straying away from asking people what they think. And then, because this works hand in hand, asking people what they think about said thing, and then knowing that if their response is not agreed in your mind, in your heart, you're okay with that. And you're not going to have a whole debate. See, I don't debate people with people. In this day and age, you shouldn't be debating with people. Like Cat Williams say, it's God's side versus the other side. I don't give a rat's ass about nothing else. I don't care about shit else. I'm not gonna belittle you for what the fuck you think. That's like me attempting to tell you about myself when your whole objective is to disagree with me, to disagree with people like me who think, act, talk, walk, dress, speak, same thing as talk, like me. The fuck am I over explaining for? When your whole objective is to not hear me. So I'm gonna hear you. I'm not really listening. Or I could juggle. I could listen, but not hear you. Or I could hear you, but not listen. It don't make me no never mind. But these people are going to their phone to get validation and approval from a chat bot. They are talking to bots like you're on the phone with one of your homegirls, one of your homeboys. Like, so look, what you think about wearing red and blue even though it's not Independence Day? Like, who give a damn? Wear what you want to wear. Drink what you want to drink. Smoke what you want to smoke. You feel me? But this goes to show, guys, how imperative it is for us to continuously lean and I gotta say it, confide in one another. It is imperative more than ever now. Not the computer, not the phones, not the iPads. People confide more in us. That's, of course, your perspective is not skewed on humanity. See, it goes hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. Imagine having the front side of a pancake, but not the back. What does it even look like? Imagine having a coin with only heads on it and no tails. What does that even look like? You feel what I'm saying? It goes hand in hand. We need each other. That's why these low-hanging fruit conversations about relationships. Are we serious? We got bigger fish to fry. We are still the source of people that is talking about relationship advice, dating, courtship, marriage, love even, which is universal. Love. They're playing a role. And they are not even embodying half of the things that they are speaking about. But we got to lean on each other. I'm not going to say depend. Now, see, I'm not going to say depend. Don't depend on anybody. Because we are all reflections of self. You see, we are all reflections of self. If we're in person, I look at you and say, put your left hand up. You looking at this video right now, what hand is up? You see? But this is my left. This is my left. You're looking at the video, you're right. If we were in person right now, you put up your left hand, it is it's your right. It's the right side. But it's opposite. That's the reflection. That's the reflection. So you're going to get the non-agreeable side to the agreeable side. You're going to get the non-agreeable nature to the agreeable nature. Now, how do you balance that? That's where we're at. How do you balance that? You can't protect. You can't save. You can't wish on a shooting star fulfillment for somebody else's heart, for somebody else's life. But what you can do is be the thing, be the embodiment. I learned that at a very young age when I was going through shit. Instead of me wanting the hopes, wishes, and dreams for my brothers, for people, and I'm helping them so much, how about I give at least half of that energy? Because it's in me. It's in me. And that's actually something else that I want to talk about. Like, it can't be on you, it got to be in you. But let me at least take half of that and transform that into self, into my self betterment. You see what I'm saying? Let me do that. Because the surest way to help someone that you love and you care about is helping yourself. Because when they see that, when they feel that separation, when they feel that execution from you, it's going to be like, oh shit. Either things that you can't control, powers that be that are outside of you that you may not understand or understand yet, they are working for you and for them. They are separating y'all or bringing y'all closer. It is making someone understand, hey, there is things that I have said I have wanted to do, but never have put a dime into. Let me start because I see my brother. I see, spouse. I see my man. I see my dog doing X, Y, and Z for his life. It's either envious or inspiration. And they're both inward. Don't let that go over your head. Envious or inspiration. And they both start inward. So please stop doing this shit where y'all have full-on conversations with, and then they attempt to make the prompts like new aged. So they'll give like abbreviation, or they'll speak in abbreviations. They'll speak like they just a regular dude on the street. Like, bro, we have let, oh my God. I mean, there's nothing that we could have done about this. It's just in our culture, in our vernacular. But I was just gonna say we have let too many people in on our language, like on our code. You get what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. But that's that for that topic. Stop talking to chat AI bots about your life, about your problems. Allow the bots to do botly things. Help you with social media shit. Help you with titles here and there. And also thumbnails. Oh my God. And I did a couple. So, you know what I mean? I did a couple. But oh my God. Can we stop with this shit? Oh my days, bro. But anyway, let's continue. So that was that on the talking to the AI. Boom. Okay. We're going to put a check by there. Okay. Next one. Black people are the greatest ever. I could say that about 20. You know what? I will. Black people are the greatest ever. 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 Did you know black people are the greatest ever? Black people are the greatest ever. 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 And black people are the greatest ever. That's it for that topic. Mm-hmm. And if y'all think I planned that, I did not. If y'all think I planned that, oh, trust me, I did not. Okay. Next topic. Making money is a broke/dumb man's game. Making money is a broke/dumb man's game. Okay, let's expound on that. The concept of making money. What is money? Money is currency. Money is a stream of energy, a stream of consciousness. Yes, what we view as money in the States, in the third world country, it is paper. Is it backed by anything? Hell no. It used to be, but it's not no more. What used to be is not what it is now in this regard. Okay? Paper is not backed by anything. They print the currency. Type up on YouTube, Federal Reserve printing money. Federal Reserve prints money. Okay? Boom. So you understand that. The paper is printed. The labels are printed. Everything has a code. Every dollar bill has a code. Every dollar bill has a serial number, just like every prisoner has a serial number. Just like every person who is free, quote unquote, has a social security number. It secures their social skills, or not skills, but it secures their social metrics. Huh. Interesting. Right? But it's a currency. Currency is a current. It flows. It's supposed to give and take, come and go, right and left. That's what it's supposed to do. And being able to allow the flow of money, and I'm saying my words how I'm saying them for a reason. Okay? Being able to allow the flow of money come into your life is spiritual. I made a video on the main channel, DJ Jaden Banks. Everything is spiritual. Everything in life is spiritual. I think it's like a 45-minute video, almost an hour. But everything is spiritual. Everything. The reason why you have made the type of money that you made thus far is because of what you see of yourself. That is how much you see yourself making right now. The job that you have is obtained by you because that's what you see of yourself right now in this moment. Do you know how many experiences and, as they say, like universes are happening in front of us, within us? Think about your dreams, right? You are literally traveling to another dimension to dream, to envision things, to see things. And hopefully you can bring them from that dream-like world into this dimension. Hopefully you are tapped in enough. But it takes practice. It takes a high level of skill. That is spiritual. It involves you to stay still. Don't distract yourself. Don't fill your life with more shit. You exterminate it. You extract it from your life. You don't replace. You don't replenish. No, sit still, shut up. Okay? So, currency. Your salary, how much you make right now, is solely depicted on how much you see yourself making. If you say to yourself, I am a millionaire, you make $1 million annually, semi-annually, half a year, right? How much excitement and how much enthusiasm, how much confidence, how much Wow. Like, how much of a pedestal do you hold yourself to think that you can acquire that type of money? You got to live in your audacity. You got to live 100,000% in your audacity in 2026 for the rest of your life. You got to live in it. Because if not, you know what's going to happen. You're going to have people at the workplace, in your family. You're going to attract spouses, people who you are dating, homeboys, who belittle and demean these things. They're going to tell you how much you should make, how much is too much, what's not enough. Enough is enough because you thought it's enough. Enough is enough. I'm done. Or that's enough. That's enough food. That's enough drink. That's enough water. Now, how about I get 4 drinks? Are you sure that's enough? Yeah. Why not? You got to live in your audacity. You got to live in your audacity 1,000%. So making money is a broke man's game because you don't make the money. Hello? You don't make the money. You attract it. You create it. You create the flow. You create the abundance. You create the abundance. I made a prompt on Patreon. I made a post on Patreon speaking about, giving a insider, more of an insider on my trip to Canada, right? And the theme was make the opportunity for yourself now that you have it. You don't wait for the opportunity. You make it. You create it. Well, for the sake of the podcast, for the sake of the episode, right? Create. You create the opportunity. You don't wait until your money's stacked up enough. You don't wait. Of course, don't be an idiot, right? But even then, who cares? Be an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Be an idiot. You won't get this moment, how you feel about this moment, this period of time again. Act on it. Do it. Do it. Do it. You got to live 100,000% in your audacity. The audacity of this person. Yep. I did it. What? I'm going to allow y'all to have reactions on what I did. Because you're not going to have a reaction on what I didn't do because I didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. Hello? So it's a broke man's game because you don't make it. You create the flow. You create the space. Bro, I cleaned my whole entire house today. From my bathroom to my bedroom, changed my sheets. I'm washing clothes. That's what you heard, that beep in the back. Wash my clothes. I cleaned out my whole entire, like right here, this is my front door. And then right next to my front door is a closet. I haven't cleaned that closet since I lived here. All that shit is out. I got 2 little boxes up in there. Everything is out. Everything. Why? Clarity. Clear space, clear mind. Clear home, clear dome. clear home, clear dome. My setup is clean. I'm clean. I got space because I created it. Do you understand? So to my men out there, okay? Please understand that you are the connector and the creator of your reality. Okay? Ladies, women, you aspire your man, your husband, to be that. Because with that man comes protection. With that man comes a covering. Oh, hey, I ain't trying to preach, but are we in church? Are we in church? Feel me? Shit get deep, y'all. Everything is spiritual. And it's not just an affirmation. It's not just because like I'm past that point. Like that's not enough. It's not. You already don't think your words matter that much because you don't really practice watching what you say. You don't practice that for real. Until you do, you'll realize like, okay, yeah, my words are extremely powerful, but until I get that subconscious programming loop down, then I'm still going to be saying, thinking, and living the same way I was 5 years ago, 7 years ago. And that's not acceptable anymore. Not to be audacious. Not to be audacious, it's not. It's unacceptable. We're not accepting that. So the affirmation is not enough. That's like first grade. Telling yourself, I am beautiful, I am rich, I am wealthy, I am. Yes. You got to know that at this point. If that's your foundation right now, if that's your if that's your homework, do that. Do that until you have completed, until you have seen enough enough signs that confirm and regurgitate your reality, your inner reality. You got to see a lot more. You got to observe a lot more. Because a lot of people don't think that miracles exist. Because y'all have a certain biblical philosophy of a biblical concept of miracles. Miracles happen every day, B. Every day. Excuse me. Every day. And who are you to stop them? So if you're at that level of affirming to yourself, you got to put post-it notes, note cards, wallpaper. You know, I got mad videos on that. All right. Do that. Do that. For the rest of the year. Do that. Now, so my upgraded folks, my middle schoolers, right? If you are at the place where you gotta write it down, not just talking it out loud, but writing it down. Look at the point in the back. You gotta write it down. Do the 3-6-9 method. Whatever method works for you in this degree with writing it, putting the pen to the pad, getting that it's like a signature, right? I can do my signature about 20 times with my eyes closed. Eyes closed. You know why? Because I've done it 100,000 times, literally, probably more. Right? I know my signature. Eyes closed, like I'm dribbling a basketball. I can do it all day, all day, all day. Right? If you're at that place, do that for the rest of the year. Do that. Now, to my high schoolers, if you are at the place where you have seen and observed things from the visual, the literal, and the physical manifestations, practices, shall I say, you should have a book, a notebook or something of all the, or a lot of the experiences that you have endured, that you have encountered from writing it down and seeing it and speaking it out loud every day. You should have, that's called work. That's called the testimony. The test is first grade, middle school, grade school, middle school, and the high school is it's the results from the test. The testimony is the money from the test. Ooh. The testimony is the results from the test. It's the money from the test. Wow. Okay. Hello, JB. Nice to meet you. Yes, that's what it is. Now, you in college? You a young adult now? You out? Are you out there? You out of there now? You graduated college, shall I say? Hey, you got to give. You got to give because this is now who you are. This is now who you are. You are walking in and you are walking in / stapling things to the bulletin board of who you are. It's like a vision board. These are things you have that you're putting to the bulletin board. You see what I'm saying? These are things that you currently possess. So you're not saying things that are completely out. You don't even think that way no more. They're not outside of you. They're here. You are everything that you think of. Everything. Everything. You are that. And you have that. And guess what? You always did. It never went nowhere. It's the demons, the people who could never obtain what you have innately, built in your code, built in you. They could never acquire that. So, I mean, good for them. They have to take from somebody that's better than them. They have to. Why would they? If somebody's accustomed to drinking Kool-Aid, why would they ask? They already got sugar. They already got all the flavors of Kool-Aid. They already had them all. Grape, strawberry. They've had them all. When their taste buds say enough is enough, we want different. Of course they're going to go to someone who is a, what do you call it? A brewist, right? They make their own concoctions of drinks. Of course they're going to take from you. Try to get more in the know and be real snaky when it comes to your line of work. Because you produce a different type of drink that they have never had. Of course they're going to come take from you. Duh. If somebody is not useful, then they're being misused. They're being misused. That's, of course, you are useful, right? I got a pen here. Got a pen. I can write on paper with this pen because it works. And when it doesn't, I'm not going to use it anymore. I may keep it because it's one of my favorite pens. I'm going to keep it for memorabilia, but I can't use it. I can't write. If I got an idea and I want to write it down, this ink will not come from this pen. Do you understand? Same with people. People are pens. You don't got to throw away the person. You don't got to throw away the pen. But make sure people are using you, not misusing you. And misusing you is a spiritual feeling. It's not a physical feeling because they both look the same. They both look the same. They're going to ask the same type of questions. They're going to smirk. They're going to, put some shit in their nose. They're going to do the whole nine. That's what they should do. You're a useful person. Be grateful for that. But what do I always say in the beginning of the episodes? I hope you're protecting yourself. Protect your energy. Protect what's important. Keep what's important. Protect your camp. You know what I mean? That's number one. So, making money is a dead man's game, a broke man's game for that reason. It's a vicious cycle. It's an endless hamster wheel. You're never going to get off because you always got somebody to report to. You always have somebody to report to and be like, is this good? Is that did I do a great job? I'm great because I exist. You are great because you exist. What you think, how you treat people, what you consume, how you make people feel. That's great. That's the greatest. And that's how you speak life into things. So some of the last level is not last, but some of the elevated mastery levels of creating money is knowing that everything I touch turns into money, turns into gold. If you go in your car, you're driving, windows down, and you feel the air, you feel the hot summer air smack you in the face, just fill your car, right? It blocks out all the sound. That's how money should flow to you, just like air. Just like air. It's automatic. Do you think I've counted how many times I have breathed during this episode? No. Why? Because it's second nature. It is my nature. It's not second, it is my nature. Making money, creating money, having money flow to you in abundance, being rich, being wealthy. It's who you are. It's your nature. It's not second nature, it's your nature. But you got to know that. That's the level of mastery that you will come into. Speaking life to yourself, speaking life to others, being reflections of people, not imitating them, but being reflections. We are where you're at, I was, and where you've been, I left. We are reflections of one another. Not in all cases, right? Let's not play them games. Not in all cases, but when money can flow to you like air, like water, it gets to you how it needs to. It gets you. It gets to you when you need to. That's why I love to be. That's why I love nature. You cannot break the laws of nature at all. It don't matter how much you try to debunk, you can't. You can't. You can't. Everything works for everybody. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. I got the chills just talking about that shit. Wow. Everything works for and with everybody. It's like we are our own boss, but at the same time, because life is so much bigger than us, the individuality concept bullshit, we work for each other. I work for you. We work for each other. Yeah. Woo! I love that. That was good. That was great. That was great. And that's how money should flow to you. That's how ideas flow to you, especially when you was a kid. Your imagination just ran rampant, ran wild. You wanted to be everything. Why? Because you knew you could. Until people told you, oh, you got to pick one. When you go to the store, nah, you only can pick 2 candies. You only can pick 2 drinks. Only pick 1 drink. Oh, no, you can't get all. That's too much. I mean, yeah, for a kid, right? But you get what I'm saying. It elevates in your adult life, and it compounds. So you think nothing is enough. So then you play small. Woo! Then you just play small. Wow. And playing small is such a terrible game. Especially when you got a big heart. Why would I play small when I got a big heart, a big mind, big ideas? Okay. That is for that topic. Thank you very much. Okay? Boom. And last but surely not least, we're going to end off on this topic right here. Okay? In my life, right now, I don't look up to anybody in person anymore like I once did. You know, I once had people who I looked up to, like, damn, like this person is dope. Like this person's a leader. This person is, this person is just a stand-up individual. Like those type of qualities that this person has, I find relatable to myself. Whenever I get to this age, I would like to uphold those certain qualities and attributes like they do. I don't have that anymore. No role models. Shout out Jermaine Cole. Okay? Shout out Jermaine Cole. And last thing I wrote was, who I study, I can't call right now. That's deep. Who I study, I can't call. I can't pick up my cellular device and call and ask about something. They're authors, historians, like Black Panthers, or artists like Jean-Michel Basquiat, Jermaine Cole, JID, Ab-Soul. I can't pick up my phone and call people like that yet. Yet. And how do I feel about that? My childlike self, little Jaden says, damn, bro. I mean, you kind of knew this was going to happen because you are a natural, authentic being anyway. So you weren't going to have any role models, somebody that you looked up to when you got to this point, regardless. That's what little Jaden is saying. But he's also saying, damn, bro, the veil came off. That's just how the cookie crumbles. You know what I mean? That is just how the cookie crumbles. And it just ain't that no more. I don't have anybody that I look up to. I mean, yeah, I got people in my family who got some dope ass qualities that I like, that I appreciate, that I mess with. But like, I could just feel my grandpa, you know what I'm saying, my Saku. I could feel him like nodding his head. Because he was a Rasta. He was part of the Rastafarian nation. And he would love that I'm saying this and I've been feeling this way. He would love that. He loves that. I know he's smiling. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know he is. My grandma, who passed at 93, 94, I know she would be like, good, because you don't got to look up to nobody no way. You don't got to look up to these men's. You don't got to look up to these men's no way. They ain't talking about shit. My grandma Mabel, man, she was a true Southern woman, a true New Orleans Southern woman. Like, she only stopped driving because she had to. She stopped driving at 90. She was still walking around, moving and grooving. Beautiful. But how do I feel now? I feel satisfied. I feel content with that because I understand that I'm not who I used to be. I made an Instagram post today. The caption was, you can't be who you're trying to be and who you used to be at the same time. I can't. It just cannot, will not, won't not go the way you want. Life shit just don't work like that. It just don't work like that, y'all. You know? But I'm pleased. I'm pleased. Because I've really been thinking about this for the past like 2 years. And I've gone through that phase like, damn, this sucks. Like, I ain't got nobody, like, shit. At the same time, like, good. I don't got nobody who I could say that I look up to. Because the veil came off. I started to see people for who they really are or were instead of who I wanted them to be or the qualities that they wanted me to see. That is no longer a thing in my world. And I'm pleased about that. I really am. And to anybody out there who feels this feeling as well, or who has felt this, maybe just came out of this feeling, embrace it. Be pleased with it. Because this allows you to do what we talked about in people talking to AIs. Leaning on self. Leaning on self. Leaning on your higher power, your highest power. God, Yahuwah, Allah, Yakub, your highest power. Lean on that and lean on self. Trust self that what's already done has been manufactured. Well, let me not use that word because some of y'all be, word freaks. What's already been done has already been made. I know that's kind of redundant, right? But you know what I'm saying? What's already been done has already been made. It's been set. It was set for you to feel this way, to get to this place, to see the world how you see the world at this age, at this time in your life, with the things that you've endured, the people who've done what they did to you. It's already been made. It's already been made. Who are you to like backtrack and want to change so many people's? Stop it. Stop. You're putting too much strain on your body, on your vessel, on your mind that you don't even need. You don't need that. You don't need that at all. Put your shoulders down like you swimming. Put your shoulders down. Don't tense up before you go underwater. Don't. When you taking a shit, you don't even look like that. If you do, you got problems. You need to go to the doctor. You need to go to the doctor ASAP. But no, you relax your body, relax your face, and you go under the water, and you don't panic once you get under there. You don't panic. Do what you know how to do. Swim. Swim. Float. When you're floating in the water, float. Don't be like float. Because the more you fight it, is the more it goes against you. That's what I love about water. That's what I love about water. The more you fight it, is the more it goes against you. The water becomes your adversary. And then you start to be in fear of the water. What we are made up of, 80%. We are made 80% of water. And you're afraid? You're in fear of the water? The water works for you. You start being a human and you start working against the water. No. Who are you to be the only person to work against nature? You an atheist? Like, what's wrong with you? It's not how things operate. And once you go underwater, and these are a lot of things that I talk about on stream and have, came to me from being at the beach, in the pool and stuff. I had animals, fish, turtles, touch me, my legs. Because when I go to the beach, I'm out. I go out there. I go out there. I want to swim with the fishies. But they tap you on your shoulder, on your legs, on the bottom of your feet. Like, I'm with you. Like, you good. And then when you're back in shore and you sit down, you can see out there the school of fish that just follow each other, that just dance. It's a beautiful intrinsic dance that they just do together, and they take up so much space in the water. The school of fish, man. It's amazing. It's so beautiful to see. But I was gonna say also, when you're underwater and you hear people talk, because it brought me back to being in the womb. Because we were underwater, we were in water for 9 months, right? That's why a woman says when something breaks inside of her before she gives birth, her water broke. Her water just broke because it's okay. So when you're underneath the water and you holding your breath, and you're relaxed, all you hear is frequencies. You hear and that's so awesome to me. Like going a little bit off tangent, that's why I don't and I care tremendously. I care a lot. I don't hold people's babies. I don't like talk to people like my aunt, when she was pregnant, I didn't talk to her belly or be like, oh, like, or feel her belly, none of that shit. No, no. But guess what? Every time, every single time I see, I guess my cousin or my nephew, I guess, every time I see him or he sees me, his face always, and he is just a fearless kid. He's 3. He's 3. Nigga's fearless, bro. Like a fucking linebacker. He's fearless. Has no care in the world, no fear. Bro, he jumps in the water, just not, looks under, like, bro, getting off tangent. But every time he sees me, his face, and he gets so excited. And we play, and he wants me to hug him. He wants me to pick him up and stuff. I don't. Maybe I could be a little extreme. Those y'all listening could be a little extreme, but I don't pick him up. I hug him. I hug him. I hug him, obviously. But I don't pick him up. I don't hold him. None of that. I don't coddle. No. Why? Because I understand how important frequencies and vibrations are, especially to kids from the ages of newborn to 4 to 5. They're so important. So I just, I just be, I'm my authentic self. And that's why animals and kids gravitate towards me so very easily and so very quickly. Like, yes, I understand I am a magnet, yes, but at the same time, animals, that's a different type of frequency. When animals gravitate towards you, animals get very excited to see you, and not just like your animal, like your pet, other people's pets. Like I'm a familiar spirit, like I'm a familiar face in their eyes. You see what I'm saying? Infants, kids, same thing. Why they and they start doing that to me, or they start pointing, or if I'm like walking in a like Target or I'm walking in a grocery store or something, and their parent is holding them, on their shoulder, and so I'm walking like behind them, and the baby sees me from over the parent's shoulder, they're looking like I've had countless of experiences like that. But I say all that to say, you know, uh, frequencies and vibrations is everything. It's everything. And I do not, pardon me. I do not have any role models any longer. Anybody I look up to. I am my own person. I am my own man. And I'm content with that to the utmost. Because I know how much greatness that lies within me, lies within my presence. You know? So shout out to my family. Shout out to my loved ones. Shout out to everybody who is on this track, who is on this journey of fulfillment, who's on this journey of self education, self understanding, not just understanding self, but understand who, what, how you became who you are, how you got to who you are. So that will conclude today's episode of the Just Peaceable podcast. And if those y'all are wondering why don't we number any of the episodes, is because why count? Don't count the episodes. Make the episodes count to the fullest. Okay? So make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all like. Patreon, thank y'all so much. Oh, I forgot that announcement too. On Patreon, we uploaded the podcast to Patreon first, and then YouTube gets it. But we're well over 10,000 now. But we hit 10,000 views on the last podcast episode on Patreon. So thank y'all so very much for all the love and support. Join the Patreon. Join the Patreon. Join the Patreon. Okay. But thank y'all so much for the support, for the love. Instagram, Just Be Simple Lifestyle. My Instagram. The real Jaden Banks. The real. Not the opposition. But I love y'all, man. Catch y'all next episode. Keep doing what y'all know y'all need to be doing. Because it's there for you to do. People to see. People to meet. Okay? I love y'all. Keep taking care of yourself. Keep what's important. And I catch y'all next episode. It's your boy JB. And I'm out.